Hey, what's up, Rattler? So I'm in Rotterdam, Netherlands right now, and I'm at a friend of mine's, Dean van Ommeren's place. He breeds some of the most amazing ball python morphs you guys have ever seen. As a matter of fact, I can honestly say that he is one of the premier ball python breeders here in Europe. So for this video, I've asked Dean to round up a couple of his favorite ball python morphs and do a little show and tell to show you guys what's really popular in the ball python world here in Europe.
I'm Dāv Kaufman, and I tour the world to see how reptiles are living in the wild. And while I'm at it, checking out some of the most amazing facilities and reptile expos as well. It's all about learning, appreciation, and conservation. So come with me and join my reptile adventures.
At Zilla, we are dedicated to the innovation of caging, lighting, and equipment solutions that provide proper husbandry for your pet's long and happy life. To see our entire catalog, visit zillarules.com.
All right, Dean, I have traveled halfway around the world to come and see your ball pythons. Now, I was over here last year, and you showed me a few, but you've selected some that are the best of the best, aren't they?
In my opinion, yeah, they're my favorite.
Yeah, all right. So we've got a big bin of some of your incredible ball pythons here. Let's just do a show and tell here. All right, so that's obviously Ultramel pied. Is there anything else in this?
She's also 66% het for Orange Ghost.
For Orange Ghost?
Yes.
Wow. So Ultramel pieds, there's not a lot of them in US collections. Are they pretty common here in Europe?
They're getting more and more common. They're not that common yet, but more and more people are starting to hatch Ultramel pieds this year. I think I've seen around 8 or 9 breeders hatch them.
Hatch them out?
Yeah.
And what are they going for in Europe?
In Europe, they're around 3,500 to 4,000 euros.
Okay. So US, that's probably close to 4,000.
Yes. It's about the same price
right.
in the US.
Right. So this is
Ultramel Orange Ghost pied.
So this is an Ultramel with Orange Ghost in it.
Yes.
Look at what Orange Ghost does to that. Wow. That is amazing. All right, so with this one, before we started filming, you asked me what this was, and I totally missed.
This is a Mahogany Bamboo. It's a simple 2-gene combo, but it's a really nice combo in my opinion. Usually the bamboo, it's a very dominant gene when combined.
But look at the way that bamboo pattern comes out. You know, you breed bamboo to a lot of other genes, and that bamboo pattern just kind of disappears. It gets overpowered. But with mahogany, man, that just kind of comes alive, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I wonder what a Suma bamboo would look like. Has that been done before?
Not to my knowledge. But
yeah.
That's the next step.
That's the next step, of course. Wow, that is a gorgeous snake.
This is a spot-nosed fire yellow-bellied desert ghost.
So a spot-nosed fire yellow-bellied desert ghost. Wow, look at the flaming come up on that. That is an amazing morph. That is really cool. Look at the belly on this guy. And of course, looking at the head, you can see the spot nose influence in there. So a lot of American keepers will look at this and instantly think banana pied. But this isn't a banana pied.
No, it's not. It's a candy pied.
It's a candy pied. And I think that the candy gene is pretty common here in Europe, isn't it?
It is.
But in the US, not a lot of people are working with the candy pied. A few people are. But I think that we're going to see more and more candy stuff in US collections coming up here. But look at the green color coming out in that. That's what the candy pied does. But man, that is such a good looking pied. All right, so this one is the Monarch. This one is the Ultramel.
Yes. And
you can see the comparison there. Are these two genes related?
No, as far as I know, they're not compatible, but I'm not sure if anybody has ever bred a visual to a visual. I do know people have bred a het to a visual and a het to a het and didn't produce any visuals.
Gotcha.
So as far as we know, till now they're not compatible. But I'll be breeding Ultramel to Monarch this year, so I hope to prove it out.
Fantastic.
To confirm it.
And now the Monarch is another gene that really is not very well represented in US collections. How is this gene in Europe? Is it pretty common?
No, it's not really common, but I see more and more breeders starting to work with monarchs.
And Monarch is its own base morph, right?
Yes, it's a recessive.
It's a recessive morph, right. For US and Canadian collections, keep an eye out for these. These are going to definitely be one of the next big things in ball pythons over in North America. All right, so this one is something that I'm working on in my breeding projects. This is the Mojave GHI pied. And just look at the blotches on this pied and what Mojave GHI does to it. Man, that is just amazing. And also, Mojave GHI pieds have uniform black heads like this. This is just one incredible morph. Look at that. All right, so this Ultramel has a really interesting pattern, and you were telling me that this one has kind of an interesting story behind it.
Yes, I actually was trying to make Ultramel pieds a few years ago, 3-4 years ago, and I hatched out this odd-looking female. It looks a lot like the Confusion.
Right.
I couldn't call it a Confusion because I didn't have any confusion in the pairing, but it really looked a lot like it. And this year or last year I bred that female back. She's 100% double head Ultramel pied to a black pastel Ultramel pied, and I got this out of it.
Interesting.
It really got me confused. So
right.
It looks very similar to Confusion black pastel.
It certainly does.
And I think this is the Ultramel version, also 100% head pied.
So this could be...
This could be
a new line of Confusion.
Yes.
That just simply popped up.
Yes, like the acid gene. It
Absolutely.
looks a lot like the Confusion.
Absolutely.
Some people say it's the same gene, different line. I believe that was what's happened.
Right. Well, look at Marcus Jane in Toronto. He hatched out a lightning pied that happened to be not compatible with any other form of axanthic, and now it's his own line of axanthic that just, like this one, just popped up, randomly in his collection. So that could be a new line of Confusion you've got there. Wow, very confusing. So this one is the black pastel Confusion. So you can see what the Confusion pattern is, and this is the one that you just hatched out that you believe is a new line of Confusion. So look at that comparison between these two patterns. Wow. I don't know, I think you might be onto something here. All right, so moving on to what is obviously an amazing clown.
It's an Inchy Lesser Fire Blade Clown.
Inchy Fire Lesser Blade Clown. Wow, look at that.
It's 3 years old.
So this is 3 years old. And is this a male or a female?
It's a male.
It's a male. And is he bred for you?
Yes.
Wow, look at what that blade gene does. So when you get blade and inchy combined in the same snake, look at that pattern. Just a wavy, jagged line all the way down the spine. That is just an amazing snake. So for people around the world that want to know, how is the ball python market doing in Europe?
Well, it has its ups and downs.
Right, just like in the US and Canada?
Yeah, well, every year you hear people screaming that the ball python market is crashing, so they're selling off everything cheap.
Right.
At the end of the season, they're buying back everything at higher prices.
That's right, that's right.
It's been like this. I've been breeding snakes for 20 years, and ball pythons I've been breeding since 2013, so 6 years now. And since I've started breeding ball pythons, it's been like this.
Right.
Since the first year I've been hearing it's crashing, it's a bad investment. Other people are saying it's the best investment.
Right.
So
it all depends on what kind of business person you are.
Exactly.
If you got into it to get rich quick, you're gonna be disappointed.
It's the way you approach it.
Right.
I agree.
Right. So would you say that the ball python market in Europe is strong right now, or is it down a little bit?
Yes, it is. It is. I think it's strong. It's it depends who you're talking to. Some breeders are having the best year of their life.
Right.
Others are crying that the prices are going down and it's all going down the drain. So.
Right. So these morphs are just absolutely incredible. What would you say the most popular morph is in Europe right now?
I believe it's still clown and pied, and the combos are still on top. And desert ghost, I'm seeing more and more people starting to get into a desert ghost, and especially Ultramel is very popular this year. We're seeing more people starting to get into Ultramel, making combos, making heads. So I think in the next few years we'll be seeing more and more Ultramel and Desert Ghost combos than we have in the past.
Nice. But clown and pied
They're
still rule.
Yes.
And as it is,
have.
yep, as it is in the US and Canada as well. So, the best for last. Look at these beauties. All right, so this one is a Desert Ghost pied. Is there anything else in there but just
No.
Desert Ghost? Just Desert Ghost pied. That is just beautiful. Wow. And this is just an Ultramel pied. Again, this combo is so new in the US that not a lot of breeders are working with them, but that's what, you know, the Ultramel looks like as an adult. Just an amazing morph. So there's the baby. So you can see that the colors are a bit more orange. So from, you know, a really high orange baby to an adult, it really does hold that color a little bit more than, you know, we see in a lot of other pied morphs. Dean, thank you so much. This is my second time in Europe, my second time coming over here and checking out your stuff. I'm glad that we could shoot this little show and tell video. So again, thank you so much for having me over and showing me, wow, some absolutely amazing ball pythons.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. All right, Rattlers, as you guys know, I totally geek out about pieds, and this Desert Ghost pied, man, this is something else. So Rattlers, there's a lot more reptile adventures coming from here in Europe. So until then, love the planet, feed your reptile obsession, and rattle on.